Well, hello, and thank you so much for stopping by. And I'm sure the reason why you are here is because you are concerned. You do have financial goals, and yet at the same time you realize that it's the debts, the interest on the current loans that you have that's holding you back. You see, our product is a mentoring and a coaching system that helps you to accomplish all of the following. Number one, it'll maximize your income. Secondly, it'll reduce the interest that you're paying on all your loans. That includes the mortgages, credit cards, student loans, and car payments, boat loans. Anywhere that you have a loan, we can reduce the interest rates on those. And the best part, bottom line, is it will increase your credit score, and it'll probably do that within the first year. Isn't that incredible? So let's move forward here and see how we can do that and accomplish this for you, because I know what you want to achieve. Are you worried about money? Most Americans are, because we run out of money before the end of the month. We have debt that we're carrying, and we really want, you're here because you want to delete that. Credit card debt. The average American has 9 credit cards. Guess what? They're all maxed out. That's why the average household in America has $38,000 in credit card debt. Why is that? It's because we're not taught financially how to manage our money. Foreclosures. Well, your house may not look like this, not be upside down in this way, but at the same time, just in July, in Florida alone, there's 31,000 homes that went to foreclosure. Folks, this isn't the way it's meant to be. And in order to prevent that, we must change the habits. The way we manage our money and handle our money must change. Starts with deleting the liabilities. When we delete the liabilities, we've increased our assets. That in turn increases our wealth. See, the important thing, key to building wealth, is to become and to stay debt-free. See, our company was a mortgage company. And what they saw was that every 5-6 years, people would refinance and start over again. However, every time you refinance, you get deeper into debt. It does not solve your problem. And so in 2008, Ernst & Young Financial Group gave the company Entrepreneur of the Year award for developing this program. And in 2008, we helped over 50,000 customers to eliminate the interest that they're paying on their loans. In 2010, we have hundreds of thousands of clients that are using this program that I'm going to show it to you in the next few minutes to delete and to help them to get out of debt quickly. We use the money merge account system to help people do that. I'm going to show you that. But first of all, let's look at the real truth in lending. You see, a couple purchase a house. You have a $200,000 mortgage on your home. For 30 years. 6% interest rate. Monthly payment, $11.99. But take a look at month one. $199 goes to the house to pay the principal on the house. $1,000 goes to paying interest. You see that? 83% of your payment went to interest. Now, how does that compute with the 6%? I don't know. Must be bank's math. At the end of year one, you've got $2,400 your money that went to the equity in your house. Although you did send to the bank $14,000. What does that mean? That means $11,000 went to paying interest. Then it really gets interesting at year 5 when most people refinance and start over again. Year 5, $13,000 goes to equity, $58,000 goes to paying interest. Are you upset yet? Doesn't that upset you? It sure does me when I see how much money is going to interest and how little is actually going into my house. Then what's really interesting is that the year 5 is when most of us consider refinancing. I don't know about you if you're considering refinancing, but the cost of refinancing is probably between $4,000 and $6,000 to refinance the mortgage on your home. But it gets more costly than that. Take a look at this. The $58,000 you've already paid in interest just got flushed. It went down the toilet. It's gone. And the biggest problem on that is then you get to start all over at month 1. $199 to the principal in your house and $1,000 to interest. Is that the way it ought to be? Folks, there's got to be, there must be an alternative, another way of doing this rather than refinancing. But if you kept on doing that program, over the next 30 years and you made every payment on time every time, over the 30 years you would send $431,000 to the bank. $200,000 would have went to your home and would have paid off the mortgage. However, $231,000 went to the bank in interest. That's 115% of what your home cost going to interest. You see, Einstein's a pretty smart man, and he said this: those that understand interest earn it. Those of us who don't, pay it. Well, it looks to me like the banks understand it and the rest of us do not. Brad Ferris is a mortgage broker. And I'm sure as a mortgage broker he understands mortgages, he understands amortization schedules. He purchased a home and put his home into our program. He had a $413,000 mortgage. But look at this, over 30 years that would mean that he would send $1 million, just over $1 million, to the bank. $588,000 of that would go to paying interest on that loan. And the other part would go to the house. So we started with this in 2008. He had a $412,000 owing after this first payment. But when we got down to April of 2009, he's already down to $334,000 balance. Let's look at his amortization schedule. $334,000 balance. That should have been his 149th payment. However, he's here in 30 payments. Folks, that means there's 119 payments at $2,785 a month. That's his monthly payment that he did not have to make. 119 payments times $2,785 is a lot of money. How would you like to delete 119 payments off your mortgage schedule? We're going to show you how that's done, how Brad is doing that in the coming slides right here, right now. Mark Victor Hansen is the author of Chicken Soup for the Soul books. He's using our program. He had a 30-year mortgage. He's scheduled to pay it all off in 12 years. Folks, that's going to save him $639,000 in interest. He says this program gives people hope. He also goes on to say that you can be debt-free, stress-free, and set-free when you use this program that he is using. He strongly promotes it and endorses it, uses it personally. Nick and Connie are using this program. They purchased a piece of property up in Carolina. They signed a note for a 30-year mortgage on that house. However, they are going to pay it all off in 6.5 years. That's going to save them $80,000 in interest. Now, what would you rather do? Pay 30 years or pay off your mortgage in 6.5 years? My question to you is this: are you ready to increase your credit score? We can help you do that. Are you ready to accumulate more equity in your home much quicker? That's what our program will do for you. How would you like to pay off everything, your mortgage, your credit cards, your car loans, your student loans, all of it, in as little as half or even 1/3 of the time? Get this, without refinancing, without setting your current monthly budget. That would take away your financial stress, wouldn't it? Might even save your marriage. You say to me, this is all good, too good to be true. How in the world can you pay off a 30-year mortgage in as little as 8, 9, 10 years? Well, technology changes, folks. You remember the telephones when there used to be party line and you had a crank on there. So when I was calling the neighbor, I'd go prr, 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 and the call would go through if the wire wasn't broken between my house and that other house, wherever it was across the country. Now we don't have wires anymore. We are wireless. We can talk to somebody around the globe on our cell phone. Fax machines have changed. My secretary types out a nice piece of paper in English, puts it in the fax machine. She sends it to China. It comes out over there in China. Guess what? It arrives in English. I don't understand that. I don't know how it works. Do you? Can you explain that? I can't. I just know it works and we're happy. How would you like to have 20/20 vision? How would you like to know the results of every financial decision before you made the decision? That's what our program will do for you. You see, our money merge account system has 3 parts to it. Number 1 is coaching and mentoring 12 hours a day. It provides financial education, and then also a web-based software that uses your existing current monthly budget, takes the guesswork out of all your financial decisions without any emotions attached, and using simple math that guides you, enables you to become out of debt shortest time possible. How does it work? Well, like the GPS in your car. Just like the GPS in your car. You see, that smart lady in the box there, she just knows the shortest, most direct way to get me from my house to where I want to go. Likewise, our money management account system guides you financially the shortest path to zero, to getting totally out of debt. Then, in fact, when you make another purchase, you buy another car, put a roof on your house, it'll recalculate again and still show you the shortest path to zero. This is what our program looks like on your computer. It's web-based software. And what it does here is it tells you exactly on what day to move how much money from checkings to put into saving, how much to pay from checking to your mortgage, and on what day, how much, an exact amount to pay on your Visa cards, your car loans, and so on. And when you follow the prompts, it'll do like I did for this couple right here. Guess what? Their 30-year mortgage will now be paid in 8.25 years. Folks, that's guaranteed. That's all without refinancing. Isn't that incredible? Wouldn't you like to pay off a 30-year mortgage in 8 years and know that that will happen? Making the same payment that you're making now. Let's take a look at the banker's amortization schedule. $200,000 mortgage, 6% interest. That schedule says the payment would be $11.99 a month. Now let's go to our chart, our program. Oh, guess what? Look at here. We're still making the same payment, $11.99 a month. Same as what the banker's amortization calls for. So we aren't changing that. However, the big change is instead of $231,000 interest, we're down to, what are we showing there? $54,000 in interest. That's a huge savings. Wouldn't you like to enjoy that? Wouldn't you rather have your home paid off in 8 years versus 30? Now, let's move on. Look at this chart. That couple, they keep doing what they're doing. It's going to take 30 years to pay off that mortgage on the left side there and pay out $431,000 to the bank. On the right side, with using our money merge account system with its coaching, financial education, and software, that mortgage would be paid off in 10 years. That's a savings of 20 years. That's also a saving of $167,000 in interest. Now, which side do you choose? Do you want to continue to pay it off over 30 years, or would you rather have it all paid in 10? What could you do with the extra $50,000 or $100,000 this program could save you? My question to you, are you ready to eliminate your debt? How would it feel? What would it feel like to not have a mortgage payment? No car payments, no student loans. Would you feel less stress? What would you do with that extra money if you had no debt? My question, what would you do if the program was guaranteed or you get your money back? Isn't that incredible? Guaranteed to work or you get all your money back. That's a pretty good deal, isn't it? Now, the industry has interviewed and featured us in many trade magazines, such as the trade magazines that go to the mortgage brokers, to the real estate people. In fact, the editor of the broker magazine featured an article. At the end of the article, he said this: I have never personally endorsed or promoted any product in our magazine. I am promoting this. It's the real McCoy, and it works. Use it. What's your next step to financial freedom? Well, to simply complete your no obligation analysis. When you enter your numbers into our program, it'll calculate what your savings could be. See? It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Number 1, you watch a 4-minute video and it kind of explains the program. Number 2, on the next screen here, you enter in your information, who you are. Enter in your mortgage balance, the interest rate you're paying on, your monthly payment. Enter in each credit card. What's the balance due? The interest rate. What's your monthly payment? What's your car payment? Interest rate. And then your income. What's your income? Your net income. And then discretionary income. How much money you got left over at the end of the month? Is it $100? Is it $200? In fact, the program will even work if all you have is $50 that are left over at the end of the month. And that'll generate a report that we can talk to you about that'll show you exactly the date and the time and how much money you saved in using our program. You see, the Money Merge Account program computes the shortest time, leveraging your money, maximizing your money to pay off all your debts and loans in the shortest time possible. I know it sounds simple, but in actuality, behind the scenes, it takes millions of lines of computer code, multiple math algorithms to do it on multiple debts to get you out of debt in the shortest time possible. Question is, isn't it time you start banking like a bank? Let's go back to this slide. You choose to continue to pay off your mortgage over 30 years and all your other loans and pay out $431,000? Or would you like to use our system on the right side? Save 20 years of payments and save $167,000 in interest. Would you rather put $160,000 in your pocket or to continue donating it to the bank? What you've seen here is a lifetime of financial coaching and mentoring that's included. Guarantee that you'll pay off all your loans and debts in as little as 1/3 the time. You're working with a stable 13-year-old company that was given an award by Ernst & Young Financial Group for developing the program. You see, you will know the exact date and time when you will be debt-free. This is a web-based secure software system. We keep upgrading the program. We're into version 5 currently. And there are no costs for the upgrades. Our current clients are upgraded to version 5 without any cost to them. Wouldn't you like to know the true cost of every purchase you're going to make before you make the purchase? Wouldn't you like to reduce the interest rate on all your loans? Get this, without refinancing, without any loan modifications. See, we can increase the equity and get you out of debt in as little as half to 1/3 the time. This is the number one way to reduce financial stress, folks. I know we have thousands of people that are using the program and enjoying it. And you can join them. You can be one of these people that are using the program as well. And see what life is like when you don't have debt any longer. Isn't that incredible? It's a good thing. I have a gal who, 27-year mortgage, she'll have it all paid in 10 years. We've effectively dropped her interest rate from 6% to 3.6%. You can achieve your financial goals when you begin with debt elimination. May I suggest that you contact Susan or that you go to her website, whittleawaydebt.com. Enter in your numbers. Immediately, it'll kick out a report, and we'll show you exactly what your savings could be. Well, thank you for stopping by, and do enter your number into whittleawaydebt.com and contact Susan.